Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fairmont. We thank you in advance for being here tonight for the 14th annual Lending Hearts Gala. Shh. My name is Bob Pompiani. Always honored to be here and to see so many people who've supported Lending Hearts for over these years. We have a great banquet in store for you tonight, which features, of course, great food, great company, and then we have some great awards to present tonight. But this is a time of the year for optimism. It's spring. The Pirates are in spring training. There's a chance this year they're going to get to the playoffs. Yes? Come on now. You got a Cy Young winner. You got all these things going on. Maybe a generational player and Connor Griffin. I also want to say that we have with us tonight a man who can understand some of the problems that Sidney Crosby is going through right now in Italy. He has what we think is an MCL, either sprain or something. There's a grade to the sprain. But we have with us a member of the USL champion Pittsburgh Riverhounds, Mr. Robbie Mertz. Robbie, please stand up. He's in the back. They just won a championship in Tulsa, and they'll be defending that championship this year. So, Robbie, you have an MCL right now, right? Yes. So how long are you going to be out? I'm just curious. 4 weeks. That better not be the case with Crosby here. And if you're going to go to the Olympics, he has to play either tomorrow or Sunday in a gold medal game. Robbie, congratulations. That's terrific. He's here with his wife, Kate. They're new parents as well, so congratulations to Robbie Mertz. We also will honor tonight, I think, one of the best sports owners, not just in this area, but in the country. He has honored us by being here tonight as our recipient of our big award, Mr. Chip Ganassi from Chip Ganassi Racing, one of the most decorated racing teams you will find in the world. And we'll talk to Chip coming up here a little bit later, but man, it's always good to get Chip Ganassi in here. He's been through so much. He's done so many wonderful things in all of the circuits he's been involved with. But first and foremost tonight, we're here to talk about Lending Hearts. And we have some new people here who have not been to this banquet, may not know of the work being done at Lending Hearts. So before I bring up the lovely Vasso Paliouras, we want to show you a little bit about what they do. So please focus on the video screens.
Survivorship means living. It means thriving. It means looking ahead. It means continuing.
This young guy in my sophomore year of high school, I'm starting a job at the Crawford Pool. My flag football team won the championship 4 years in a row. Finally got to run for all my trophies.
I was a lot stronger than I thought. Don't forget to live. Go experience life. Go to the baseball game. Go to the party. Remind everyone why it's important to keep going. For someone who's received a diagnosis, do not lose hope. We are always here for you.
And that's what Lending Hearts does. They lend their hearts to so many families in need. Before I bring Vasso up, do me a favor, don't make me cry. Anytime I'm in a room with Stan Marks, I cry. There's an over and under on how many times this will happen tonight, Stan, so please don't look at me and I won't make eye contact with you. It does get emotional because we have some great families with us here tonight who are going to share their stories. But before I do that, please welcome really the person who's made this all possible and 14 years of hard work to get it where it is today, and it's only going to grow. Please welcome Vasso Paliouras. Vasso, come on down.
These guys always make me cry too. All right, glasses on, glasses off. I don't know, I'm 49, I haven't figured it out yet. Okay. Good evening and welcome. I am thrilled for all of us to be here for the 14th annual Lending Hearts Gala presented by PNC, UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, and Pirates Charities. This event is also made possible by the generous support of Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Allegheny Health Network, Amgen, and Bristol-Myers Squibb, and all of our sponsors this evening. Before I go any further, I want to recognize the incredible efforts of our honorary gala chairman, Dr. Stanley Marks, our gala chairwoman, Mary Jo Capizzoli, and our committee members, Annie Capizzoli, Donna DeMauro, Corby LaRocca, and Carly Tasloff. Without them, this evening would not be possible. I also want to thank our outstanding MC, Mr. Bob Pompiani. Thank you, Bob, always for your great generosity and being with us every year and all you do to help create this event. To our sponsors, we are abundantly grateful for your support. Welcome to our Lending Hearts family, the Bylers. Welcome and thank you to our honoree, Mr. Chip Ganassi, and his guests. We are truly honored to have you with us tonight. Chip, we have looked forward to you joining us for a long time and are grateful for you being here this evening. In reflecting back on our past honorees, they were all honored for various reasons. Maybe they fought a cancer battle. Maybe they stood by the side of a loved one in their journey. Some simply had very special connections to Lending Hearts. Chip, you are not only a fighter, but may we say also a lover. When you were in need, you had the best team to rally around you to serve as your community and see you through. On the flip side, when that call has been made to you, you have always answered. Building and being part of that support system is why we're here tonight. You are not alone. These are 4 little words that seem so simple and achievable, yet I can't tell you how many calls and emails I receive from people saying, I just received a diagnosis, I'm scared, and I feel all alone. These have even been shared by some people who have the biggest network of friends and family. So some people ask, well, then why do they say that? Because there is always the fear of the unknown, the fear of what's ahead, the fear of being a burden to their loved ones, the fear of nobody understanding what they're experiencing. Many of you know why and how Lending Hearts started. The journey began in February 2004, and it was in February 2011 that I moved the concept from my brain to my mouth. When I picked up the phone to find out if I was alone in my thoughts for Lending Hearts, I was truly overwhelmed by the response. And so many of those individuals and organizations who embrace Lending Hearts and our mission have been by our side every step of the way and continue to be with us tonight. Thank you, UPMC Hillman Cancer Center and PNC. Thank you, Pirates Charities and Mario Lemieux Foundation. Thank you, Highmark and Allegheny Health Network. Thank you to the countless individuals and businesses who told us we were not alone. Lending Hearts was founded on the need to give back, a need to forever give thanks, and a need to ensure no patient and no loved one feels alone in their cancer journey. It is extremely important for me to use this event to tell each of you how grateful I am to all of you. Because of you, I can tell countless numbers of people that they are supported. Because of you, we can allow families and individuals locally and nationally to come together and share experiences that always allow them to look ahead, live, and have hope. It is never about the now, but what is to come and how we can help them get there. And because of you, we serve approximately 400 individuals each month between in-person and virtual programming. Thank you. The year ahead has our focus on reaching and serving as many more individuals as possible. I'm excited to see where our outreach efforts continue to grow by working with the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pirates Charities, and our dear friend Brian Reynolds. I'm excited to see where partnerships and other national organizations will help us share our services. And before we expand in-person programming beyond our region, we are maintaining our focus on reaching more families within Western Pennsylvania. For example, in Erie, Pennsylvania, we know there are at least 75 families within the City of Erie zip code who travel to UPMC Children's Hospital Pittsburgh for oncology services. This does not include the young adult population of individuals up to the age of 40 who we also serve and who come to Pittsburgh and/or are treated in northwestern Pennsylvania. We want to bring more programming to them and be of support. Lastly, throughout this school year, we have been so pleased to form a partnership with Duquesne University's Rango School of Health, and particularly Dr. Michelle McCann, who is with us this evening, and her students. Thank you, Michelle, for this opportunity to bring Lending Hearts to your department by way of capstone projects, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. I can't wait to see what more we can do together. And with that, I'd like to give a special thank you to all of our many volunteers who are here with us this evening from Duquesne University. As a mom of a Duquesne pharmacy student, I'm a pretty proud mama. Before I close for the evening, I'd like to bring back a special treat from last year's gala. One of our many ways of reaching patients and families is through our monthly free box lunch program at UPMC Children's Hospital Pittsburgh. This program is so important and impactful. Families in the oncology unit are some of the ones who spend the most amount of time in the hospital. To have a free and complete meal provided to them without having to leave the side of their child in either the inpatient or clinic means so much to so many. For 5 years, we were fortunate to receive a grant that provided for those lunches. Last year, we learned we were unable to reapply due to the number of years we had received it. So again, this evening, we'd like to ask your help in reaching our goal of $16,200 to fund and continue this program. You will see at your table a QR code that will direct you to our event site. You will find various links, including our auction, more about our honoree and family, as well as the link to donate. When everyone at your table has made a free will donation, please raise your hands. One of our wonderful Duquesne University volunteers will bring you a bottle of bubbly to celebrate. We want to hear you say cheers. Cheers to Chip, cheers to the Byler family, cheers to all of you, and cheers to nearly 15 years of Lending Hearts. I'd like to close in expressing my great thanks to all of our sponsors, donors, and families. A very special thank you to our board chairwoman, Beth Wild, our executive committee of Mary Jo Capizzulli, Michael Gregory, and Jocelyn Kramer. Thank you to all of our board of directors and board of advisors for their time and talents, and thank you to our wonderful volunteers. Thank you all very much, and I hope you enjoy the evening.
Thank you, Vasso. Before dinner is served, ladies and gentlemen, just want to remind you, you all have received a text message about bids you can make. There's a silent auction outside. There's some really good stuff in there. There are Penguins, Pirates, Steelers packages that you wouldn't certainly want to look at. And one that's really important, and Chip donated this tonight. Shh. This, if you're an Indy fan, you got to do this. It's an exclusive package brought to you by Chip Ganassi tonight. It's lot number 19, if you want to bid on it. You should, if you love this sport. 2 suite tickets, 2 credentials to the Garage, to Pit Lane, also 3-night overnight stay at the JW Marriott in Indianapolis during that weekend of the Indy 500. So if you wanted that experience, one of those kind of bucket list trips, you have an opportunity to bid on it tonight, and we encourage you to do so. So please enjoy dinner, and when we come back, we will introduce the wonderful Byler family to you and all the work that Lending Hearts has done to help them in their journey. Thank you. To the most important part of this night. First, I want to tell you that if you haven't bought a golden ticket, they're still available, $50 a piece. You have a chance to win a $2,000 gift card to Nemacolin Woodlands Resort and Spa. So pretty good odds there. You spend $50, you could win $2,000, and you'll be helping Lending Hearts as well. The wine pool outside, some of you already purchased wine. They're $25 a bottle, and someone, there's a lucky winner on there, has a Brian Reynolds autograph on the wine. You may have already purchased it. If you have not, you still can buy some because they're still available out there. All right, now we have a very special presentation to make, and we need your attention because this is what Lending Hearts is all about. It's about families who need help. It's about families who have very difficult roads to travel. And when you're in that position, man, all the help you can get is very much necessary, and then some. And that's where Lending Hearts comes in, and that's why Vasso started this foundation for so many years ago, because so many people needed help. And every year we try to show you what that's like with first-person accounts, people who've gone through it. So tonight we have a very special young lady. Her name is Penelope. She just turned 10 years old, and she has had a very difficult road. When you talk about diagnosed cancer at a very young age, I'm just going to tell you some of the things she's had to endure. 42 consecutive weeks of chemotherapy, 24 weeks of maintenance chemotherapy, 5 weeks of protein radiation, 5 blood transfusions, and 4 surgeries. She is a warrior. I don't know any other word to describe her. So Penelope is here, and her family is going to share that story with you. So please welcome the Paliouras, Melvin, Kylie, and the rest of the family. Would you please come on down? And Penelope, 10-year-old Penelope, who is doing extremely well today in every facet of her life. We have so many great doctors and hospitals in Western PA, and we also have Lending Hearts there to help along the way. So come on down, Paliouras, and this is Penelope right here in a beautiful purple gown. Let's hear it for Penelope.
Hi, I'm Kylie. I'm Mom. This is Penelope. This is Dad, Melvin, big brother Timothy, and this is Princess Portland. We'll come hi? No? I'm nervous, so. When we think of childhood cancer, we think of laughter, playgrounds, scraped knees, and big dreams. We think of children growing, learning, and feeling safe, but for far too many families, childhood is interrupted by a word no one is ever prepared to hear: cancer. Childhood cancer doesn't just affect a child, it affects the entire families. It changes bedtime stories into hospital rooms, play dates into treatment schedules, and carefree days into moments of fear and uncertainty. When Penelope turned just a young age of 2, she was the happiest toddler in the world, and we took a trip to Disney World. There were beautiful memories made, but a short 6 months later, with minimal signs, such as a sinus infection, Penelope found herself in a hospital room in respiratory distress. We had visited the emergency room 3 times in 2 weeks. She was snoring, bleeding from her nose, very congested, and not responding to antibiotics. We visited the pediatrician and we switched her antibiotics to something stronger, and we were told to just give it 5 more days. But in that long 5 days, symptoms persisted, still had random nosebleeds, and only when she was sleeping, her breathing was a nightmare. One evening at home, Penelope was sleeping until she wasn't. She started gasping for air. As parents, her dad and I jumped into action, pulling her up from her bed and started smacking her on her back as if she was choking, which in reality is exactly what she was doing. She was choking on a blood clot. She finally passed that blood clot, and her tiny body was so tired, and we had no idea how our lives were about to flip upside down. We rushed her again to the emergency room for about a 3-hour visit. Vitals were normal, other than her respiratory rate. Blood results were almost perfect, and we were about to be discharged. And that is when Penelope fell asleep in my arms, and her tired body lay there, and her breathing was so scarce, every muscle in her neck was visible to the doctor. The doctor had finally seen what I had been describing for weeks. We rushed her in for a CT scan, which found a full 100% occlusion in her nasal cavity. We were told it was just her tonsils and adenoids, and that she needed a tonsil and appendectomy this weekend. We were sent to Children's Hospital of UPMC for about an hour ambulance ride away. We were transported to the ICU, and I personally thought to myself, isn't this just a little dramatic for just needing tonsils and adenoids removed? Over the next 4 hours, Penelope made a turn for the worst, going into respiratory distress, being rushed to the OR. Time frozen, everything was silent in my mind. Everyone around was moving in full speed, but I can assure you I was watching everything in slow motion. Mom, sign here. Mom, we need consent for surgery. Mom, we need to see what we're dealing with. About 20 minutes, but felt like a lifetime, Dad and I found ourselves face to face with a surgeon who stated, "We found the mass. It's in the soft palate of Penelope's mouth. We sent it off for a biopsy, and we should have the results in 5 days." Penelope had a breathing tube placed and attached to a ventilator until the results were back. And on July 27th, 2018, we received the biopsy results. Your child has cancer. July 27th, 2018, ironically, Dad's birthday, Penelope started chemotherapy. 6 full days, many sleepless nights, we were stuck with an unimaginable diagnosis of rhabdomyosarcoma. It is a cancer that forms in the soft tissue, often in the muscles that can control movement. It is most commonly affects children, sometimes very young, and it can appear in places like the head and neck, arms, legs, bladder, and/or reproductive organs. Because it grows in parts of the body we don't always think to check, it can be difficult to diagnose. Penelope's case, her 6-centimeter tumor, which was about the size of a cutie orange, grew in her nasal cavity above her soft palate and started down her throat, closing off all airway. These children face challenges that most adults would struggle to endure: endless doctor's visits, painless treatments, hair loss, long days away from school, friends, and family. But Penelope showed a strength I didn't know was possible. While she faced pain and uncertainty and exhaustion, she still smiled. She still found joy in small moments. She taught me what courage truly looks like, not the absence of fear, but the ability to keep going despite it. 42 consecutive weeks of chemotherapy, 24 weeks of maintenance chemotherapy, 6 weeks of proton radiation, 5 blood transfusions, 4 surgeries, 48 medical sedations, 3 PET scans, 8 MRIs, 7 TC scans, and a well-deserved celebration while ringing the bell loud and proud on November 22nd, 2019, while she remains in remission ever since. Yet through this journey, we also discovered something very powerful: hope. Hope in research, hope in doctors, hope in nurses, and hope in lending hearts who dedicate their lives to saving children, hope in communities that rally together, raise awareness, and refuse to let these children fight alone. Despite all this, children with cancer show us something extraordinary: strength. They smile through treatments, laugh through pain, and continue even when the odds are against them. Their courage reminds us what true bravery looks like. Lending Hearts has helped our family in so many ways, from feeling normal again to reconnecting with the outside world, to finding our ability to believe in ourselves and believe there is good in the world again. Miracle workers, as what we call Lending Hearts, helps families similar to our situations connect and feel normal. These children find friendships, courage, confidence, and fun, all while learning to become a child again. We are incredibly honored and blessed to be a part of an amazing, loving, and truly wonderful organization like Lending Hearts, and we are so blessed to be able to stand here in front of all of you this evening and share Penelope's story. Every year, thousands of children are diagnosed with cancer. While survival rates have improved, childhood cancer research is still underfunded, and many families continue to fight for better treatments and cures. Awareness matters because awareness leads to funding, and funding leads to hope. We may not all be doctors or researchers, but for every one of us who can make a difference, we can support organizations like Lending Hearts and stand beside families going through this fight. Help spread awareness, and these children are never forgotten. Today, we honor the children who are fighting, remember those who have lost, stand with the families who carry this journey in their hearts every day. Let us choose compassion. Let us choose action, and most importantly, let us choose hope. Because every child deserves the chance to grow up, and every child is more precious than gold.
That was awesome. The Byler family. Let's hear it again for them. It really takes everyone to be involved. And Mrs. Byler, you were right when you said funding helps hope. It creates hope. And hope is what we all need. So, Penelope, man, how strong are you? I wish I had that sort of courage. I'm looking at you, Stan. I don't want to look at you. It always ends up this way. Pirate Charities is going to take you guys to a pirate game and have a very special day for all of you. Pirate Charities does a great job. They always do, and they always take, the best for families who need days away, who need days to just be families, and that's what they're going to provide for you. Once again, golden ticket goes for 9 more minutes. If you're interested in buying one of those, it's $50 for $2,000 gift card at Nemacolin Woodlands. And now we have a man that we're going to honor here tonight who has been very impactful in a lot of community affairs. He has made a point, because he's from Pittsburgh, he's always going to be here in Pittsburgh, despite his global recognition and global success. Pittsburgh is his home, and because of that, Chip Ganassi has been involved in a lot of charitable contributions. It's why he's being honored tonight. But before we bring him up here, and before we take a look at a little video, for those of you who don't know and may not follow the Ganassi racing team, how successful it's been, as I said, I think of sports ownerships, and man, you have great ones here in Pittsburgh for sure. You have people around all of sports who've been outstanding owners. But listen to this resume. He has been, and the only person to have a race team that has won the Indy 500, the Daytona 500, the Brickyard 400, the Rolex 24 at Daytona, 12 hours at Sebring, and 28 hours of Le Mans. No one else has done that but Chip Ganassi Racing. He has 6 Indy 500 wins, including last year with Alex Palou, who's one of the top drivers around. We did a long piece with 7, I'm sorry, I discounted one there. You may need another hand by the time you're done. Make it 3 hands, because you keep winning. And like I said, one of the silent auction items is an opportunity, a bucket list trip to Indy, to be there close up and personal with Chip and his team. But Alex Palou is a tremendous rider. He's over 217 wins worldwide. Am I right with that? Because it seems enormous, but you've done it. But more than that, as I said, he's from Pittsburgh. He makes a difference in Pittsburgh. You'll always find him around Pittsburgh. Even when he's traveling all over the place, he comes back to Pittsburgh. So ladies and gentlemen, before I bring him up, I would like you to take a look at this video, which kind of tells you everything you want to know about Chip Ganassi.
Chip Ganassi, you were a driver here. Now you've got a champion.
2 laps to go. And Chip Ganassi, by the way, now runs in second place. And that's a great day for Ganassi. The fight is for third. Will they begin to spring out of it now? Wow, gets into the side, and now an incredible accident. Both cars moving another serious accident at the Michigan 500. 2 cars together. Al Unser Jr. and Chip Ganassi. This is certainly Chip Ganassi's most serious accident.
Now the checkered flag goes to Michael Andretti, the Ganassi racing team. So much history being made here in Surfers Paradise. Chip Ganassi and Michael Andretti have done it.
People always ask me what race I want to win the most, and the answer is the next one.
White flag flies. There is one more lap to go. Here he goes, and he gets him. Can he get him back? Can he hang on? And Alex Anoni, with a brilliant move, takes the checkered flag from the pole and the win here in Laguna Seca. And the championship will go to Jimmy Vasser.
Taking the time to look back on those wins, you're only giving your competitors a chance to catch up.
Montoya will have a victory at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Let's go racing today, boys!
That's a big victory for Chip Ganassi.
Checkered flag in the air, the 52nd Daytona 500 to Jamie McMurray. Yes!
Murray is going to win Daytona and the Brickyard 400 in the same year. Coming by, the next time it will be the white flag here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Everyone in the grandstands are on their feet. Can he make it? Can he make it? 2.5 more miles. Chip has won the Daytona 500 and now the Indianapolis 500. No car owner has ever pulled off that feat in the same year.
There is no stopping that Telmex BMW Riley.
We are the champion.
Gus Dixon is a 6-time IndyCar champion.
I never doubted it. Not with you guys. What a team.
Le Mans is Le Mans. It's the Super Bowl of sports car racing.
Congratulations, you are the champion.
It's an amazing career to an amazing man. Please welcome our 2026 Lending Hearts honoree and a man who contributes a lot to right here, his city of Pittsburgh, Chip Ganassi.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Marks, hello. Vasso, what a great evening. Thank you for having me.
You know, as a sports team owner, I spend my life building teams around talent, resilience, and belief. As a cancer survivor, I too have learned even more, something more important. No one wins alone. When you're young and facing cancer, life suddenly moves from playgrounds and classrooms to hospital rooms and treatment schedules. Your friends are thinking about exams and sports and the prom. You're thinking about scans and side effects. That's not just a medical battle, that's an emotional battle. What organizations like Lending Hearts understand is this. Young people don't just need treatment. They need hope. They need normalcy. They need connection. In sports, when an athlete gets injured, the team rallies around them. We adjust the strategy, we build a support system. We make sure they know they're still a part of something bigger. That's what Lending Hearts is doing here. You're reminding young people that cancer may be a part of your story, but Penelope, that's not your identity. It's just part of your story. You're giving them moments of joy in the middle of uncertainty. You're giving families breathing room in the middle of fear. You're helping kids feel like kids again. That's what Lending Hearts is doing. And it matters more than most people sometimes realize. Because strength isn't just in chemotherapy rooms. It's built on laughter, it's built on friendship, and it's built on just knowing you're not alone in this battle. As someone who's walked this road, I can tell you, the support system around you often becomes the fuel that gets you across the finish line. So to everyone at Lending Hearts, thank you. You're not just helping young people fight cancer, you're helping them believe in their future. And that's a championship worth winning. Thank you for having me this evening. I really appreciate this honor. You know, in racing, they say to hold the trophy over your head so you get their picture in the paper the next morning.
Does anyone have milk? We can make you dump some milk on your head too. Anyone? Bring it up in celebration of tonight? Why not? Let's do it. Congratulations, Chip Ganassi. And Penelope, you're the star of the night. Congratulations to all you do and what your family has done and your support system has done. So that's what it's all about, folks. That's why you're here. We hope you keep coming back and telling other people about this great charity that does such great work. So before we go, I have one thing to say, and that's the winner of our golden ticket. We have the winner. So those of you who participated in this, I'm going to call the winning name, and you can come down and pick up this $2,000 gift certificate to Nemacolin Woodlands. Carly Taslov. Carly, where are you, Carly? Come on down. Where's Carly? Don't? Okay. She appropriately dressed in purple, which is the color. What? Okay. She encourages you to buy more wine. There's a Brian Reynolds wine bottle sign out there, and there's still for $25 more wine to buy. Congratulations, Carly. Appreciate that. You'll enjoy Nemacolin. One of the great spots around here for sure. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for being here. This is a great night. It's a night that gets right to it. We tell you what we're all about and what Lending Hearts has done. We appreciate Chip Ganassi Racing. We appreciate all of your participation, and make sure you tell people about it, and let's do it again next year. It'll be year number 15 for Lending Hearts. Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your evening.